Welcome to our class on time management. Time management secrets. 10 secrets actually, and 10 secrets that they won't teach you in your normal time management classes. All right? And this class is especially designed for busy leaders who want to do more, to accomplish more, to do more with the same amount of time. Secret number 1. Can you really manage time? Can time be saved? People say, I need to save time. Can time be saved? Like electricity in a battery? Water in a dam? Leftover Thanksgiving turkey in a freezer for lunch for next week? No. Time just ticks away all by itself. You cannot save it. It's use it or lose it. So in terms of saving time, in terms of time management, it's all about utilization. How do you utilize it while it's ticking and ticking away? In other words, it's use it either for something productive or for something that's of family value, of personal value. When we talk about use it to be productive, we're talking about earning money, or learning some new skills, or gaining some meaningful insights, wisdom on life, insights on business. And when we talk about spending time with our family, okay, we're talking about being there, being with each other, create connection, bond, just not about being productive, okay? At work, okay, being productive, it's about productivity. It's about getting things done. It's about showing results. And being with your family or take time for yourself, leisure time, it's not about accomplishments. It's not about KPI. It's not about how much money you made. It's about being there for each other. It's about really enjoying each other's company, spending time with each other, okay? And those are what we call quality time as opposed to quality work time, all right? So time cannot be saved. Time cannot be managed. Time can only be utilized or wasted away. So the idea is you are trying to be as efficient as possible at work when you are making money, when you are studying, when you are learning. So you can spend that time, instead of being at work, being inefficient at work, okay, you're spending less time at work producing the same result, so you can spend that time with your family and yourself or with your friends. That's what we mean by time management. The purpose of improving time management, the purpose of saving time, okay? And time really cannot be saved. So you cannot save time, you cannot manage time, you can only manage yourself. And then managing yourself, it's all about emotional intelligence, okay? It's all about realizing long-term pain and short-term pain and long-term pleasure and short-term pleasure. It's all about using your logic thinking head, all right, to manage yourself, to use the thought, the fear of long-term pain, okay, avoiding long-term pain, gaining long-term pleasure, all right, to incentivize yourself to endure the short-term pain, to do the work that's necessary so you can obtain the long-term pleasure, so you can enjoy the long-term pleasure, you can avoid the long-term pain. So that's secret number one. There's no such thing as managing time. There's no such thing as saving time. It's all about managing ourselves, and it's all about our own emotional intelligence in terms of managing our own emotions so we feel like doing the work. So we feel like we want to get up the chair and then get the tasks accomplished. All right? So that's secret number one. Secret number two. Okay? This one is a higher level view, okay, about time management. It's the 30,000 feet view of the whole time management challenge. That is, your time is not completely determined by external factors, external events, nor can you have total control over external events, external factors. Okay? Can you control what happens in the world? Do you control the weather? Do you control the traffic? No, you do not. What can you do in terms of weather and traffic or similar situations and similar occurrences and similar events? Okay? With traffic, for example, you can maneuver around it, both in terms of space as well as time. If there's a traffic block, okay, you can drive around it, or you can drive a different time, or go there on a different day, or you could choose not to take a physical trip and use the internet, the computer, and do it virtually instead. All right? So there are workarounds. There are things you can do to take control back to your own favor. Learn to play Tai Chi against external events. Roll with it, okay? Be flexible. Don't be rigid, all right? Don't be thinking, this is my plan and the world should come accommodate me, my plan. No. Be realistic, okay? Be accommodating to the world, all right? Fit your own schedule to the slots, the gaps you find, all right, amongst external events. As Bruce Lee has taught us, be like water, without rigid form. Be flexible and then flow. In any sort of situations and in life, those who are more flexible than others, those people, they win. All right? And those who have more options, they are more flexible, and then they win. So be flexible and then always think of options. Instead of thinking, I cannot overcome whatever this external event is, think, how can I? How can I overcome this external whatever, this roadblock? Think, is there any other alternatives that I haven't thought of? You ask yourself the right question, okay? You ask your own subconscious mind the right question. Your subconscious mind will give you the right answer. You ask your own subconscious mind the wrong question, your subconscious mind will give you the wrong answer. If you ask your subconscious mind, okay, why do terrible things always happen to me? Why do terrible things always happen to me? Why do terrible things always happen to me? Okay? Your subconscious mind will give you the answer. But if you ask your subconscious mind the right question, which is, how can I overcome this challenge? All right? Or how about this? How do other people overcame, those who ever overcame this particular challenge, how did they do it? And those who were defeated by this challenge, what did they not do? What did they not think of? What belief they had in their head? What belief that they had in their head that was not helpful, that contributed to their own defeat? Then if those are the beliefs that they have, then you should get away from that belief. If that's how they think, then you should not be thinking that way. You should be thinking like a winner, okay? Those who defeated this challenge, those who overcame this external challenge, this roadblock, what were they thinking? What's their belief system that drove them into constantly thinking of a solution? Is there anything else I haven't thought of to defeat this problem, to overcome this challenge? All right? If that's the way they think, then you should think the same. How can I overcome? How can I find time? How can I get it done? As opposed to, external roadblock. Okay, someone else put a roadblock in front of me. There's nothing I can do about it. Therefore, I give up, and I'm so proud of it. And then I just sit there and complain. The world is wrong. Everybody is wrong. Everybody is against me. All of these things, all these cities, airplanes, cars, roads out there, everything out there is built for the purpose of going against me. That is such a defeatist way of thinking. All right? So don't be like that. Okay? Think about your long term. All right? If you're defeatist like that, how is your life going to turn out in the long term? Are you going to be 99 years old and live with regrets that I shoulda, woulda, coulda, and I didn't. Now I'm here, 99 years old. I didn't get to do all the things I dreamed about, I wanted to do when I was younger. Now I didn't do it. You don't want to end up like that. And at a deeper level, okay, you want to think about what sort of person am I, and what sort of person am I becoming? Am I becoming weaker and more proud of being weak, being a victim, being a defeatist with external roadblocks? Or am I becoming the sort of person who is stronger and stronger in the mind? All right? And my pride is in building myself, building my own mind muscle, and becoming stronger and stronger. And then I have more and more options, and I am better and better at quick thinking of an alternative. So I'm very flexible, and I have the winner's spirit. Okay, I have the winner's mindset. So whatever roadblocks is thrown in front of me, all right, I just keep on going. I may not be able to go straight. I might have to do this, but I get there. I get things done. I find time, no matter what roadblock the world is thrown at me. Okay, no matter what roadblock the world throw them at me, I'm flexible. Okay, I zigzag. All right. And I accomplished things. I get things done. I can always find the time. Secret number 3. Quit the appearance of activity. Instead, focus on accomplishments. Focus on actually getting something done. getting things done, as opposed to the appearance of working, the appearance of activity. All right? These can be two possibilities. One is you have a job and you have been forced by the corporate environment to perform certain activities just to keep up the appearance. It can be that you have already started your own business, but the habit is hard to die. Okay? Exam, okay, how you spend your time, the tasks you do, okay? Which ones are just for appearance? And why do you hold on to them? Okay, if you have already started your own business, okay, there are certain emotional benefits. It's short-term feel good. Emotionally speaking, okay, biologically speaking, it's the equivalent of eating sugar, all right? It's a short-term high. So you performed that short-term activity that made you feel good. It's a short-term high. And then you crash, all right? The crash doesn't feel too good, does it? Same thing with the corporate activity. A lot of them are designed for show, and everybody is in it for show, all right? It's a minor version of the emperor is naked. It's everybody is keeping up their appearance, all right? Now, you may think that you are without power. You don't have the power to not do it, all right? Think again, all right? Try it. See what happens, okay? Life, it's all about pushing the boundaries, all right? If you live your life within the boundaries set by other people, you are not going to get very far. You need to, if you want to get somewhere in life, okay, you need to constantly test the boundaries, all right? When I was doing my degree in computer science, one of the computer science concepts we were taught is to test boundary values. Let's say you wrote a software that if you put in a positive integer, it's going to give you a result. All right? So that's the requirement of the software. Now, what if I put in a negative integer? What's going to happen? What if I put in a 0? What's going to happen? What if I input a fraction? What's going to happen? What if I input something with a decimal point? What's going to happen? Okay? You want to push for boundary value just to see if the system will return an error message saying that input is not valid, or will the system crash? All right? That is a concept within computer science. Now, in life, okay, where is the boundary? Where is the boundary? Where's the boundary on your life? Where's the boundary on your thought, on you thinking? And who has the authority to set boundary on you? Well, when you are a young child, before you're an adult, okay, if you are very young or if you're an infant or toddler, okay, it is your parents who set boundaries on you. They may say, don't venture outside of this room. And then later on, they may say, don't venture outside of the house. And then later on, they may say, don't venture outside of the front yard. And then later on, they may say, don't go around the block. Okay? As an adult, okay, as a young adult, okay, you might want to inform your parents if you're going to be leaving town for the weekend, all right, cross country. You might want to let them know that you're going away, all right? So as a fully grown adult, all right, once again, we're talking about emotional intelligence in time management. Who sets boundaries on you? You are an adult. Okay, so if the corporation has a culture of doing this particular activity that's not exactly productive, do you have to do it? Okay, now if you don't do it, what's going to happen? Have you tried to not do it? All right, did anything negative happen? Did anyone even notice that you did not waste your time on that particular time waster of an activity? Or next level up is, did you ask your boss if you can be exempt from doing that useless time wasting of a activity? All right, now if you're not allowed at this place to not waste your time to perform this activity, should you stay here much longer? Maybe, okay, you should think about, have I learned everything there is to learn at this place? And have I stayed here long enough that I satisfy the industry standard, the professional standard of staying at a place? You know, some industry, some profession, it's 5-year minimum. Some industry, some profession is 3-year minimum. Okay, in technology, it can be much shorter. Okay, people switching jobs in technology much more frequently than any other profession anywhere. So have you stayed here long enough? Okay, have you learned everything you need to learn here? It's a time to find happier water to advance your own career and advance your life. Okay, do you really have to stay within the box? That's someone else. It's putting you in a cage. Someone else is setting boundaries around you and limiting your growth, limiting how you spend your time with your own life. Something for you to think about. All right, what's good for your own long-term personal goal, your personal ambition? Are you the sort of person who is intimidated, who is scared, who can be easily intimidated? Or are you the sort of person, all right, who are more adventurous, who is more self-assured? All right, if this place is limiting my growth, okay, I can go somewhere else. Let's just see what happens, okay? And things may work out for me. Things may not work out for me, but I should always try something new, as opposed to stay in the same spot and never move. Staying in the same spot and never move is not a good strategy. All right? Are you a plant or are you an animal? Plants stay in the same spot. Animals, they move. So if you're required by corporate higher-ups to waste your life away to perform certain activities just for show, maybe you should stop doing it and start planning your strategic career move. Maybe. Something for you to think about. And did you know, by thinking about stop doing those total waste of time activities, all right, it's a golden opportunity for your own character building. It's an opportunity for you to develop your own courage, to become more courageous, to think outside of the box, to break through the barriers put in front of you either by yourself or by other people. And then by talking to other people, okay, including your bosses, about becoming exempt from doing those activities, it's a golden opportunity for you to develop, enhance your negotiation skills, your communication skills. Yeah? And by bringing this issue up with your boss, and if your boss is a good boss, and you managed to help your boss to see things your way, you are going to gain respect from your boss. Your boss is going to like you more. Your boss is going to respect you more. Your boss is going to have a newfound respect for you and respect you to the next level. And your boss is going to promote you because you're self-motivated, okay? You can see through the BS. You know how to communicate. You know how to ask what's right. You know how to present yourself. You know how to present the case to the boss. You know how to stand up for your own ideas. All right? You're not a pushover. You know how to break barriers. You know how to see right through other people's BS. You know how to push outside of boundaries. All right? If you had an employee under you like this, is that a good employee? That is a very good employee. Okay? I'm talking about he has ideas that's new and it's productive. It's helping the company to be more efficient and make more money. And those ideas and those good corporations are pulling their hairs out looking for those good employees, and they will try to retain them. Those corporations who fail to see that is a good employee, they don't deserve you. You are too good to be at this place. All right? You are better off going somewhere else whereby you are appreciated as opposed to being put to perform tasks that's for show, activity for activity's sake with no real productive value. All right? So value yourself. Stand up for yourself. All right? Have the courage, right, to communicate, to negotiate, to present ideas to upstairs and try to convince your bosses. Okay, you heard of managing up, managing the managers? Those who stand up to themselves gain respect. Those who refuse to stand up to themselves, they complain, I get no respect around here. Well, did you stand up for yourself? So stand up for yourself, present your cases, okay? See if your boss is wise enough to realize you are correct. In a way, you are putting your boss through a test. And he doesn't even know he's being tested. Secret number 4. Is multitasking a good idea? Or is multitasking a bad idea? The answer is some tasks can be put together and performed in a way that's multitasking. But some tasks, you should not be putting them together and multitask them together. And some tasks, okay, you really should be performing it all by itself. Okay? Allow me to give you some examples to illustrate. Okay? If you are presenting to your boss, or if you're standing in front of 10, 20, 30 bosses doing a presentation, okay, should you be multitasking while cooking at the same time? Well, listening to some music at the same time while you're on stage presenting. Okay. Well, that is a ridiculous example, but it's for an educational point. Okay. Sometimes it's not appropriate. Sometimes it requires focus on concentration. All right. For example, I listen to audiobooks, use noise cancellation headphone while I do my housework. Okay, I can vacuum, I can clean, I can take out the trash, I can do laundry, load the dishwasher while listening to audiobooks, and multitask them together. All right, and I enjoyed it very much. And I figured out when I work from home, there are actually 2 hours a day that's taken up by all these domestic chores. So I do them while listening to audiobooks. Okay, I can almost cook while listening to an audiobook. Not while I am choosing what spices to put on my dishes. That I have to pause. I have to pause the audiobook I'm listening and look at my spices, what's available, and what I'm going to use today and how much, and I put them on my dishes. But when I'm chopping vegetables or chopping meat or whatever, after I've chosen my spices, I can listen to audiobooks when I cook. All right. I also listen to audiobooks when I go out for a walk. Okay. I use noise cancellation headphone when I go out for a walk, but only during the day. If I were to go out for a walk at night, I don't listen to audiobooks because at night I need to be aware of my surroundings. But during the day, okay, visual is good enough. But at night, visual is not good. It's not good enough. I also need the sound, okay, for my own safety when I'm going out there for a walk at night. How about driving? Can you be driving your car and listening to an audiobook and learn something at the same time? Maybe. If it's between home and work and you've driven this route a million times, okay, you really know the route, all right, then yes, you can listen to an audiobook while you're driving between home and work. But if, say, for example, okay, you are not from New York, you're driving in New York City, okay, heavy traffic for the first time, okay, and the freeways in and out of New York City and all the tunnels and all that, and you have never ever done it before, all right? A big city that you have never been there before, you don't know the local information. You really should be focused on your driving, all right? You don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be listening to an audiobook. Same thing as if you've never driven in snow before, you go to a part of the world that snows and you've never driven in snow before, you should be focused on your driving. Or if you go to one of those countries that drive on the wrong side of the road and this is new to you, you should not be listening to an audiobook. But let's say if you're from Los Angeles and you're driving across country and you find yourself in Nebraska, and then the road is straight and then the road is flat all the way from Denver to Omaha, it's perfectly safe to listen to an audiobook and learn something while you drive. So multitasking, it can be a good idea, it can be productive, depends on which two activities you put together. there is a main activity and then there is a supplemental activity. Okay. And if you're driving on the freeway in Nebraska, okay, during the day, okay, you can listen to an audiobook. But then if you see some kind of a situation ahead, all right, maybe you should pause the audiobook, all right, and safely pass whatever is a situation ahead. And after you passed that situation, you can go back to your audiobook, all right, when it's safe to do so. So it's not, you can never multitask, or you should always find things to multitask. There should be a main activity and then a supplemental activity, and it's safe to do so to perform the main activity. And the main activity is routine, and it doesn't require proactive brain power, like vacuuming your own house, cleaning your own house, and loading your own dishwasher, doing your own laundry. These sort of things can be done with very little brain power, doesn't require a lot of focus and concentration, and it's perfectly safe, and it's a good idea to listen to an audiobook at the same time. But then even I cannot make decisions on what spices to use if my mind is focused on the audiobook. I have to pause the audiobook in order to decide on what spices to use. All right, so that's putting multitasking into perspective. Secret number 5, procrastination. Let's talk about how to get yourself from procrastination to totally in the zone. All right, procrastination is caused by a number of perceptions, okay, in your head. And some of these perceptions could be the task is too big, the task is too difficult, the task is too boring. I don't know where to start on this task. Do I have to do something this big? I don't know how long is it going to take. Quite often it's, I don't know where to start. Oh, it's so big, I can't even endure thinking about it. It's gonna be painful, or it's painful to even think about it. And the way to deal with procrastination, the way to handle it, the way to overcome it, okay, is to start easy, start small. Okay, you heard of baby steps, okay, and chunk it down, okay, cut it down into smaller and smaller segments, so you can tackle and accomplish or destroy, okay, one by one. As for myself, okay, this is my technique to overcome or handle procrastination. I start with cleaning my desk, my work area, okay? By cleaning, I'm including sorting papers, rearranging my desk, getting rid of documents or items that is no longer needed, required, or has expired, has been used up, or projects that I have accomplished. Okay, and sorting documents, rearrange my desk, rearrange my work area, and then do a good cleaning. All right. The benefit of doing this is while you're doing this, okay, you're calming your mind down. You're zooming in. You're gradually getting the ball rolling. Okay, and you will have the upcoming project, the one that you are procrastinating about, in the back of your head, in your subconscious, while you're doing all the planning, cleaning and rearranging and sorting your desk, because you'll be rearranging your desk, your work area in a way that's facilitating in the best possible way to perform your next project, the one that you are procrastinating about. And if nothing else, okay, you accomplished cleaning and rearranging and sorting and discarding all the dated, obsolete material that's still hanging around on your desk. And you get to see, I just finished this project and that project. And then you get a sense of accomplishment. And you really do accomplish something, which is rearranging your desk and rearranging your work area, okay, and then cleaning the place. And so this is a real tangible accomplishment, and it makes you feel good about yourself. Okay, not only it's an actual accomplishment, it also makes you feel good about yourself because you accomplished something. And at the same time, your subconscious mind, okay, even though you don't know it, your subconscious mind is actually working on this project that you are supposedly procrastinating about. Okay, that's just how the subconscious mind works. Okay, now after you have rearranged your desk, your work area, your bookshelf, your table, and cleaned your desk, your work area, okay, and the next thing I would do, the next thing I often do for myself is I will look at all my upcoming projects, my to-do list, okay, my long-term, mid-term, short-term projects. What do I want to accomplish? And even my goals in life, okay? From long-term to mid-term to short-term. And what are the projects I want to accomplish? What are the to-do list? And also which project is dependent upon the accomplishment of which other projects. Okay, I have to finish this first before I can start on that. Okay. While you're doing all this future planning, strategic thinking, okay, it has the following benefits. You get clarity of vision, okay, and then you get a sense of what's coming up next, right? And you feel like your life is in control, and also your subconscious mind is working on this project that you are supposedly procrastinating about. But actually, your subconscious mind is working on it. All right? So I've done step 1, rearranging, cleaning my desk. Step 2, looking at my projects, upcoming projects, long-term, short-term, mid-term. And then step number 3, I will be looking at this project that I need to be working on. Okay, I will look at the overall structure of the project. Okay, from the highest level point of view, and then cut them into different segments, and then continue to cut them into smaller and smaller sub segments. Okay, put them into different chunks. This is called chunking. and gradually, slowly but surely, you will find something in here that's easy, that you feel like I can just do it right now, and just be done with it. Get rid of it, okay? And just do it, all right? And then once you finished something, okay, you get the emotional momentum going, all right? You're in the emotional momentum of going forward. And then it's so much easier just to pick up a second piece, a second chunk, and just do it and then get it done. All right? It's always easier to do it in baby steps and to accomplish a small task. Okay? Whatever task that you feel, you emotionally feel is the easiest that you can accomplish right now with the least amount of effort, the least amount of endurance. Just go do it. Just go knock it out. Okay? This is why we say, baby steps. Okay? And how do you get a train to reach 100 miles an hour? They start slowly, okay? How do you get your car to reach 65 miles an hour or 110 kilometers an hour? You start slowly, okay? How do you get yourself a PhD in physics, okay? You start with Newtonian physics, and before that, you start with whatever school science, okay? And how do you get to study Shakespeare's literature, all right? You start with the alphabet, okay? There is a bad teaching out there that says start with the hardest part first, okay? That couldn't be more wrong, okay? Can you imagine, all right? My goal is to be the CEO of a large corporation, all right? So let me start being the CEO of this large corporation. No! You finish university, you get a job at a entry-level engineer doing some small part of a bigger engineering project. And then you gradually move on to bigger and bigger challenges, and you'll be given more and more responsibilities. 30 years into your career, you become the CEO of this large corporation. Okay? You don't get the job as the chief executive officer of a large corporation at the age of 22. No, you do not start. You do not start with the hardest job first. You start with the easiest job first. Okay? You want to be an expert in Shakespeare. Okay? Great. Start with the Latin alphabet. If you cannot understand the Latin alphabet, you cannot read the English language. If you cannot read the English language, you're not going to be able to study Shakespeare. All right? You want to be a top-notch physicist working on cutting-edge science of physics or whatever that is. Okay? You don't get a PhD before you get a master's degree. You don't get a master's degree before you get a bachelor's degree. You don't get a bachelor's degree before you graduate high school. You don't graduate high school before you graduate elementary school. You don't enter elementary school before you enter kindergarten. All right? You always need and you want to start with baby steps, the little stuff, the foundation. Okay? Do what's easy first. Do the easiest to you. Whatever you feel is the easiest, do those things first. Not only they build foundation, they will also build momentum, and they also help you to get your mind going. All right? Because when your mind are scared, are intimidated at the big task, your mind has no spare capacity to think about how to get the job done. Your mind is busy being scared. Your mind is frozen. Your mind is intimidated. Okay? We want to put your mind at ease. We want your mind to be, instead of frozen, but productive. Think about how to get the job done rather than focusing on the fear. That's why you want to give your mind some easy tasks to accomplish. And once those things are accomplished, they build momentum, they build foundation, and they put your emotion on the right trajectory. And when ideas come, when inspiration come, don't tell other people. Go do. Get it done. Because what happens is, if you tell other people about your brilliant idea, the idea that just came to you, and if you tell other people, you are spent. The energy is spent. Okay? You won't have the energy to do it because you will have to go back to the same energy, the same thought process, the same emotional state. You want to hold on to it, all right, and then release it and spend it on the actual doing, as opposed to telling other people your great idea, what you plan to do, how you plan to tackle the problem. So, stop talking, okay? Don't tell other people. Just do. Besides, when you tell other people, you never know how they're going to respond, all right? Some people are smart and wise, and they realize what you're trying to accomplish. So they will say some words of encouragement. Some people, okay, they may not have the wisdom to understand what you're trying to accomplish, and they should be helping you to push you forward. They might intentionally or accidentally say something that will prevent you, that will hurt your feelings, that will damage your forward motion, your forward moving momentum, which is going to be harmful to your goal of getting it done. And you never know. There might be people who are jealous of your accomplishing things, and they don't even realize they are jealous about it, and then they will either intentionally or accidentally say something or do something that will harm your good feeling and your happiness, your forward motion, and then they will stop you. They end up stopping you either intentionally or accidentally. That is one accident you don't need, you don't want, all right? So don't tell other people. Hold on to your thoughts and just do. Just put your thoughts into action and then into the finished product. And another thing is, as you start going, as you get going, okay, as you are moving along with your project, inspiration will come, ideas will come, all right? When they come, right, they might come any time of the day, any place that you are at. Could be in the supermarket, could be whatever, okay? That's why you got to be ready when the inspiration is there, okay? You lose it, you lose it. They're not coming back, okay? These sort of ideas, okay, they only come to you when you are fully focused, mind, body, spirit, okay? You are zoned in, okay? When you are in the zone, the ideas will come. So you should carry, I don't care, notebook and pen, okay? Or some kind of an electronic device so you can type notes, or a portable tape recorder. You can record yourself a little message, or use your cell phone to call yourself and leave a voicemail. I don't care what you use, okay? When the ideas come, when the inspirations come, you have got to capture it. Or you might as well just drop whatever you're doing that's not important and just jump back into the project, and then just do whatever the idea that came to you that's all about, and just get that little bit done. And put that idea from your head into the actual product, the project you're working on, all right? So that's how you get yourself from the state of procrastination into the state of I'm in the zone. When you're in the zone, okay, nothing else is happening. You don't even notice things that's happening around you, okay? Noise outside the window or what have you, family calling you for dinner, dog barking, you don't hear them. You're in the zone. When you are in the zone, you are in the zone. Okay, it just, the ideas just come and they just come out to you. They just come out of you, and it's just flowing and flowing and flowing, and it takes effort. It takes time to get yourself into that zone. You start easy. You start with baby steps, and you get yourself in the zone. Once you're in the zone, okay, you want to be 100% productive. Get all of this inspiration out of you and do the project until you're all done. You're all spent. Okay, everything is out of your head onto the actual product. All right, that's how you deal with procrastination. Okay, you don't beat yourself down by saying, why do I experience procrastination? I should just be able to jump in and start working. That is not realistic. Everybody experiences procrastination. There is nothing wrong with you when you experience procrastination. It's a natural part of doing things, getting things done. Okay? So stop beating yourself down. Stop saying negative things about yourself while you are experiencing procrastination. And stop demanding yourself to be able to start working, and especially demanding yourself to be able to start working on the hardest part of the project. That is not realistic. When you don't have it, you don't have it. You cannot get blood out of stone, okay? There's nothing there, all right? So it's unrealistic to put such heavy demand, heavy pressure on yourself, okay, to be able to produce right away. You need the idea to percolate in your subconscious mind. You need to ease into it. You need to understand. You need to realize procrastination is part of reality. Everybody experiences it, okay? Nobody... When people say, I never procrastinate, okay, they're lying. It's their marketing of their personal brand. Okay, they're not telling the truth. We all experience procrastination, all right? Accepting it's part of reality is the beginning of dealing with procrastination. It's the beginning of effectively dealing with procrastination. It's like accepting the fact that if you go to Fairbanks, Alaska in January, it is going to be cold. You need to wear lots and lots of warm clothing, okay? Blaming yourself on why am I such a wimp? I cannot deal with the minus a million degrees at 3 o'clock in the morning in Fairbanks, Alaska in January. That is not realistic. And that is a recipe for disaster. All right. To deal with January in Fairbanks, Alaska, to deal with procrastination, step one is to have a realistic understanding of the situation. What's going on here? In January, in Fairbanks, in Alaska, it's going to be cold. And if you're going to do some big projects, if you're the sort of person who keep on challenging yourself and advancing yourself to do bigger and more challenging things, you will always experience procrastination with every project that you decide to tackle on. There's nothing wrong with you, all right? So accept that and then take baby steps like I have described, and you will overcome and you will accomplish, and the project will be done.